Alright, so this is going to be an attempted recording of what I think is the current any percent route for version 1.1 of Monsters Expedition. It's a really good puzzle game. If you haven't played it, you really should. If you have, even if you haven't played version 1.1, this route should have you in for a treat. So, beginning of the game is pretty much as intended. Until you get, not to this island, but to this island. As soon as you touch it, or as soon as I touch it, I'm going to come back here, reset this island. Reset this one. We don't actually need to set foot on the windmill island, we just need to build the bridge. And the reason we're doing it this way is because now we have this post box as a way to unbreak the loop. Whoops, didn't want to go there. I wanted this one up here. Now, in terms of some work down here, I'm going to do this and this. And that will become clear why I'm doing that later. This route is not fully optimized or practiced. It's just a demonstration of what I think the route is likely to look like. So the really useful thing about that setup is it gives me this raft setup and the ability to move the raft to this tile specifically. Now with the new reset mechanics, I can't just smuggle the raft and be done with it. So we actually do have to do this. Come down here. And because we made this loop to get this post box earlier, I can just come right up, back up here. Now all of that is useful for one thing and one thing only, getting a raft to this tile. I believe that's the only setup I need to do at this stage. Yes. And that lets me get a raft up here. Now you might be wondering why getting a raft up here is useful at all. Well, I'm going to show you why getting a raft up here is useful at all. Because with this setup, it actually gives us a log. Now, before I go any farther, we're going to reset this island and put this here. Now that now just gives us a stolen log that we otherwise wouldn't have. And we have this loop set up. Now, this is the part that's kind of weird to set up and explain. I'm probably going to do it wrong at least once. But what we're going to do is put this here. Push this log across. Oh, I actually did not have this bit of route planned in advance. This is actually so sick if this works. I don't remember which log is which though, which is unfortunate. Okay. Yeah. Now I've done this, I can come around. Push this one into place. Take this one around, reset the island, let's do this setup again. Do this setup again, and all of this has been set up to get that one log into place, one single log into place, so that I can take this raft. Now what I should have done, and I forgot to do, was pre-reset this island, but that's okay. So we're going to temporarily use this one here. Now the reason why I say it's okay is I can temporarily put this here, use the raft to preserve the birch, put the raft there, reset this island, and you'll notice that now I've smuggled this log into place. Which lets me reset this island, and all of this is just to smuggle this one raft down here. That's the entire purpose of everything I just did. Now, why is smuggling this raft here useful? Well, if you're familiar with one of the old routes for the game, we're going to do this setup, move this over here, that gives me a parity adjustment. Push that there, reset, launch, reset again, and now we can undo rather than do a bunch of setup again. Back to this point, and send the raft along. And now that we've sent the raft along, we have an extra warp point we did not have previously in a really convenient location, right below the windmill. Reset this again. Set that there. And use our birch log to do this. And now we're all the way near the end of the game. And the remainder of the run is just playing it as intended. Again, I do not have these puzzle solutions optimized. I'm just kind of inputting them. As best as I can remember. There may be a better route, there may also be a much better strategy, but this is what I've come up with. And now we're at the final few puzzles. Make this raft. Which gives us this log. This is all intended. And voila! That is what I think is the current best route for a Monsters expedition on version 1.1. That took me about 9 minutes to demo. Not optimized, not optimal, but it's a starting point. I have no idea how much of the setup on that can be skipped, but I just wanted to get this route out here. Hopefully that's interesting, and I look forward to seeing what people will do. I also look forward to seeing if there's just a completely different route that will exist. It's kind of just an adaptation of a 4-minute route that I came up with instead of the north escape, just to bypass the windmill. It just ended up working out really well. Took a lot of extra shenanigans to set that up for version 1.1 with its different reset mechanics, but I welcomed the challenge. And also, even though that was just a demo, I think this is the fastest anyone's completed version 1.1 so far. But that's beside the point. If we load the file, 58 islands, and the file says 924. Alright, that's all for now. Until next time.